Hi, welcome to one more episode of Zindagi Ka Safar. Today, uh, it has been announced that there is a lockdown which is going to happen in Bangalore. So the first thing when you're in lockdown, you just want to run away. So I just wanted to run away to a beach, and I think the closest one from Bangalore can be in Chennai, and Marina Beach is the place where I had first visited one beach which is there. So I was looking at, uh, and I came across this particular photograph, and I don't recollect having seen it. So we'll ask our guest, Uma Bhaskar, who has joined us. She is based out of Chennai. That whether this is a Marina Beach actually, and then we'll also get to know a lot of interesting facets about her life. Yeah. So welcome, Uma, and just tell us, is this Marina Beach?
Hello, Dr. Banerjee. I'm
Hi.
surprised that you got this photo while searching for Marina Beach. This
Okay.
is called the Elliott's Beach, and
Uh-huh.
the heritage structure which you see behind
Okay.
is called the Carl Schmidt Memorial,
Ah.
which
Uh,
is erected in honor of a sailor who
mm.
drowned while saving the life of a girl. And it's actually very close to my house. This is where
Wow.
I go for my morning walks.
Oh, lovely.
So yes, and that's called Elliot's speech.
Okay, so I know now that if I'm coming over after visiting the beach, where is the place I have to go for my coffee? Yeah, uh,
Definitely. No, you come to my
definitely.
home for coffee, please.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I need to be coming over to your home for coffee. So
Definitely.
on that, let's have this discussion like a as if we are having over a cup of coffee. So tell us something about your Zindagi Ka Safar and maybe start off with your early life. Where all did you do your schooling and how was it to grow up?
Okay. So yeah, while I have been in Chennai for almost last 20 years, my journey actually started in Ramakrishna Beach city. Can you guess what that city is? It's called
Uh,
Vishakhapatnam, Andhra
Vizag
Pradesh.
and Visakhapatnam are one and the same or
Yeah, yeah,
different?
they're the same. Yes,
Yes, same.
exactly. They
Okay,
are one
okay,
and the
okay,
same.
okay.
So you know it as Vizag. I'm
I
surprised.
know it. Okay, okay.
so Vishakhapatnam or Vizag is where I was born.
Hmm.
And after that, my schooling was across Gujarat,
Uh-huh.
Delhi, and
Wow.
Orissa.
Oh.
So during my schooling, of course, apart from the schooling, I loved reading.
Hmm.
So the normal stuff, Amar Chitra Katha, all-time favorites.
Wow.
Then Chanda Mama, that
Uh,
was there.
uh,
Delhi, there was this. I had a grand which was reading a lot of Chacha Chaudhary and
oh.
Phantom comics. I
Oh.
don't know whether you would have heard about them, but yes. So the initial schooling years were all about comics and reading books. Then when I came to my 11th and
Hmm.
12th, that's when I met my English teacher,
Mhm.
who introduced me to English classics,
Wow.
and that was the changing point. Rather, that's when I started reading a lot of English literature.
Hmm.
Actually, at one point of time, I wanted to do MA literature.
Wow.
So this was one point of time. So I mean,
Uh-huh.
she inspired me so much to
Hmm.
read the English literature that
Hmm.
yes, I was saying that I must do MA literature at some point. Of course, things don't go the way you plan,
Hmm.
and somewhere okay, let me go back a bit to my 10th standard.
Mhm.
So till my 10th, I was not so interested in chemistry.
Hmm.
The dissection part of biology was definitely a clear no-no.
Uh-huh.
And remembering the dates in history was not possible. So it ruled out the science, it
Hmm.
ruled out arts. So
Uh,
something had to be done. So I took up commerce after my 10th.
okay.
And after that, I did BCom, came back to Andhra to do my BCom,
Hmm.
did cost accounting.
Mhm.
In fact, cost accounting, I joined the course because I liked the building where they were conducting the
Oh.
evening classes. So one evening I
and
was going for a walk
and now
and
we
I saw the
now we think that many times when you are joining a college, they show you a lot of infrastructure. And I always used to say, and I keep on telling to my daughters and other people, saying that don't go by the infrastructure, figure out other bit, who are the teachers and all, what are they teaching, but you are saying that you can be interested to go to a place based on the building which is there.
It was so impressive. It was a dark night, 8 o'clock in the night, and huge windows, and the classroom were fully lit, and it was beautiful. So I said, I must see what this building is all about. And I joined cost accounting purely first because of the building.
Ah.
Even the next stage was also a sort of story behind it. So what happened was that one of my friends came and asked me, Uma, are you taking CAT this year? Now, I had never heard of CAT except as cat as the animal. Taking CAT definitely does not refer to the animal. So I very smartly answered that, no, I'm thinking about it. Izzat ka sawal tha. Then, so then I figured out that it has got, what it was about. And I eventually joined IIM Ahmedabad. Then I spent a couple of years in corporate. After that started the best part, rather my favorite part, close to my heart, equity investing.
Wow.
And I've been doing it for almost 2 decades now.
Okay.
So that's the academic part of my life.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay. I think it's wonderful. So now let's get into, because you have been there with a lot of different places. So how was it growing up and adjusting at the different places, and how was it, that part?
Okay. See, my father is an electrical engineer by profession, and he worked in various places. A major chunk being with Reliance, where he was involved in the setting up of both the Hazira and the Jamnagar plant.
Okay.
My mother was a postgraduate and was teaching in school for some time. So, of course, for me, going through different schools was an experience. It was fun because you get to meet new people and new friends. The other part of traveling across cities was that somehow my sister and I, both of us, have seen our parents handle different types of crisis. Somehow, the period at which we were there at a particular place, there was a crisis happening. So there was the Morbi Dam burst disaster flood which happened. Then the 1984 Delhi riots, we were in Delhi. Babri Masjid riots in Surat. I actually remember seeing shops going up in flames. So, that is the kind of, it was, some pockets of the country were badly affected.
Yeah, definitely.
And then cyclones were pretty common. Coastal Orissa is prone to cyclones. And coastal Gujarat also, yes, we have seen enough cyclones. And then later, though I moved out, I know how my parents went through the plague in Surat. And later the earthquake in Bhuj. So when the earthquake happened in Bhuj, I was in Chennai alone. And so then my parents used to tell me that, look, today we are sleeping in the car because we don't know when the building might collapse. So there was the fear of, sleeping inside home. And the aftershocks were lasted for many days. So I could relate to. I could not relate to it, but I could feel the pain of going through all these things. Somehow, when we talk about all these incidents in my family, what I figured was the way people come to help each other during times of crisis. Whether it's members of family, your neighbors, your friends, people come together during times of crisis. And this gives me a lot of hope and strength that things will eventually get better.
Yeah.
So that is one major thing I've seen because I have moved in different parts of the country.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. And I think getting better, I have to say that I think the first time when we met, and we had to do classes online where there were, I think, more than 50-60 students, and you had to be, both of us had to do it for more than 3-4 hours at a stretch on a minimum. You were very shy and about using the camera and how will it go, and otherwise you have overcome that fear. I have to congratulate you that you have overcome that fear. So
yeah, I think I'm better. I've got better in 1 year. Because now everything is on the camera. So
can't help it.
Slightly better in a year.
Mm.
But okay, let me put it this way. I mean, my journey has been more about overcoming my fears.
Mm.
Let me tell a story here. So it's like this. A person comes to me and says, do you want an ice cream? Obviously, I love ice creams, definitely. I said, okay, let's go and have an ice cream. You have to walk a bit, he said. I said, okay. Walking is, I love walking, so no problem. So we walk a short distance. After that, suddenly the person says, "Nay, there is a mountain range also to be crossed. So you have to do that." I said, okay, will I get the equipment for it? Yeah. Also, I mean, all those things are arranged. You just have to cross the mountain. Okay, so tough task, but done. Then next stage where he says, no, there is a forest also where there are wild animals and you have to fight them. Now I am like summoning divine help. I mean, this is beyond me. I can't do this. So just telling you about how it was, the challenges kept getting bigger. I kept getting stronger because I had the strength. I mean, I had the support of my family. My husband joined, my daughter. And this divine help was there. So as the team started getting stronger, challenges getting bigger, and you overcome the challenge and the next, have fun along the way. But yes, I mean, what I figured is that there are times in life where you will face challenges and you just have to cross that. Some things are
that's
just
wonderful. I think a lot of us can learn quite a lot because, and I think that's what our podcast is all about, is Zindagi Ka Safar. So it's not going to be always rosy, and there will be challenges and you can overcome it. I think that's a wonderful story which we heard from you. I think the other thing will be, which is equally challenging, like Zindagi Ka Safar and very unpredictable, is about equity market and investing in equity market. Somewhere I heard you say that, and given the common interest, I'm very curious, how did it start and what were you doing in equity research or market investing?
Okay. So let me put it this way. I initially started working in organizations after my IIM Ahmedabad. Then I quit corporate mainly because I wanted to take care of my daughter, not take care rather. I wanted to play with her, I wanted to sing with her, and I wanted to tell her stories. Basically, enjoy the first 3 years of being with a child. I mean, it's a phase which never comes back. So I wanted to do that, and I quit my job. Then once she started going to school, I felt I had some time, and I started equity investing actually as a hobby. More as a hobby, and the other thing was that it will keep me in touch with my subjects. Finance. I am a finance person, so I must not forget what it was all about. So I started with actually first I started with fundamental analysis, the industry analysis, and it also helped me keep in touch with the general economy news and what is happening, because when you're dealing with equity markets, everything impacts the equity markets, whether it's politics, whether it is economic decisions. I mean, someone says something twice or thrice and your market goes up and down. I mean, you also would be knowing about it. So yes, so it helped me keep in touch with the general news. And and the other thing was that I wanted to enter the corporate again. So I wanted to get job ready, so to speak. Somehow that did not materialize, which was good in one way, because I had by then become more serious about equities investing and started doing it very systematically. So first initial 2-3 months was okay, just chalta hai type of a thing. But then I said, no, this has to be done seriously. And I took it up as a full-time thing. Then, of course, I made some money in the beginning. So once you make some money, your risk appetite improves. And you say, okay, let me try taking more risk. And I learned about derivatives. I studied technical analysis and read a lot of books on that. And then I said, okay, it's time to enter the derivatives. So I entered the derivative segment. Beginner's luck, yes, very good. And then I lost. I lost money. I got it back. Chodungi nahi. I got it back. So I got back the money. And I mean, every time I used to figure that this is a mistake I made, I would go back,
Learn from
correct
that.
it, learn from there. Now, yes, it's pretty stable now, but there's one major thing I learned during this equity investing journey of mine. See, while you're in a normal job, you can always say, my boss said this, that is why things are not working. The supplier said something, so this thing failed.
Yeah.
In equities, you can't say that. I cannot go and tell any government or the US Fed or any person or any organization saying, why did you take this policy decision?
Yeah.
Why are you creating wars? Why is there a pandemic? So the responsibility of my performance was entirely on myself. And I had to learn how to manage the risk. And it's like, about how they say about swimming. You can read 10,000 books on swimming, but unless you're thrown in the water, there is no point. So
Yes.
Similarly, though I had read some books, I made the same mistakes which even others have made, because that's when the fear and the greed factor comes in.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's how I learned. So I said, you can't blame anyone over here. You're only responsible for what has happened. And went back to the drawing board, again figured out where the problem was, corrected it. So now, yes, I can say that, yes, there is a process. It also taught me to be very patient. So now I'm waiting for the correct opportunity to enter or exit a stock.
Which is not coming only. The market is not coming down, whatever happens.
That's why I said now risk management is important. You can enter, provided you say that if it goes below this, I'm off. This is not working. So you minimize your loss. That minimizing loss is more important. That is half the game. Then the other half starts.
Wonderful.
So that's why.
So do you beyond, because I think equity market, if you have to be doing it on a regular basis, takes a big amount of your time. So anyway, the trading time is from 9:15 to 3:30, plus minus. You are doing something more. So do you get time for following some of your other interests which are there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I have many other interests.
So let's hear about it.
And at one point of time, my New Year resolution was to pursue one new hobby each year.
Wow. That's wonderful. Okay, let's hear it.
Till some level at least. Okay. So there are a lot of mini hobbies. Mini hobbies ka list is also there, but I won't be telling about that. So okay. The big things are, first, I love cooking. I love eating good food, vegetarian of course, but yes, good food is something, and I love cooking. I experiment a lot with cooking. Then, and obviously, since you have to be in a good mood when you have to cook, you cannot cook tasty dishes when you're in a bad mood. So, mood ko theek karne ke liye, singing and listening to Bollywood.
Oh.
So Bollywood retro is my favorite. Though I listen to some new songs also. But yes, listening to songs, singing songs. I'm not a trained singer at all. So it's okay. I sing for myself and enjoy it, get into a good mood, get good food. That solves the thing. Apart from that, the other point which I enjoyed throughout is teaching my daughter. So as I said, the initial years were spent in playing with her. Then I have to start teaching the school curriculum also. So those teaching sessions were more of drama and storytelling.
Wow.
So even concepts in economics, as 2 years back also, I have used Harry Potter and got some mythological stories and explained concepts in economics to her. After the story session, then I have to say that, now exam ke liye you have to mug up somehow. This part has to be learned by heart and then written over there. But they are more of enjoyable sessions that we had together. So that is the other thing. After teaching, okay, let me tell this. I stitch my own clothes.
Oh.
I have not seen a tailor for 15 years at least.
Wow.
So tailoring.
Fully Atmanirbhar person we have here.
Really, aren't they? There's more to come.
Okay. Yeah, definitely go ahead.
So yes, I do stitching. But apart from that, I call myself as the in-house plumber and electrician. My father being the electrical engineer, he used to meddle with a lot of stuff at home. And similarly, somehow, the elders in my family, whether it's my grandfather or my father-in-law also, they used to do a lot of these jobs around the house. That's what I mean, things. I observed them, learned a lot. So, and yes, I managed 80% of the time. I'm able to manage the stuff. If it's beyond me, then I call the expert. So that's another thing. Then what else? Vacuum cleaner is my good friend. I have not had a maid. I don't employ people for household chores. So yes, it gives me a lot of flexibility. And the main reason is because I could never find a person to suit my timings. So by the time all that jig happened, and then you have to, plan to train and all that, and I have to sit for the market also. So I said, this won't work. I need more control over my time. I cannot expect someone else to control my time and say, I will come only at this time and all that. So very rarely had, hardly worked out. I said, okay, let me be without it. So that is one more. I think it's fairly enough. Good. I mean, that's a good enough.
I know. There might be a few more, given that. Yeah.
One more thing. I like reading also.
Oh, wow. Lovely. Lovely. Someone really has to learn time management and being motivated to do a lot of things from you specifically. Okay. I think it was such wonderful getting to know about your story, about how things are. Let's get into a little bit of a fun and try to figure out how you handle rapid fire questions. So our last section is going to be, I'm going to ask you 5 different questions, and you need to be choosing between the alternatives which is given, and then like normal rapid fire, you need to figure it out. Ready?
Okay. Ready.
Okay, ready, steady, go. Okay. Okay. Will you choose a spiritual path or a religious path?
I didn't expect this one. Okay, let me take it this way. See, I do spend time in the puja room every day. And I believe that temples are a source of powerful energy. So I like going to temples. But I don't follow rituals per se, in the sense that I cannot fast. I mean, I need food every 4 hours. So I cannot fast, definitely. So the ritual part, maybe not much. So I don't know. The other thing, the spiritual which you're asking, I have read some books on the spiritual genre, but I don't think I understood much. Let me be honest. I don't think I understood much about it. So what I do is I just listen to my heart, and whatever comes, give it my 100%. If it is tough times, I'll still do what best I can and leave the rest Bhagwan Bharose. They will take care. Eventually, they will take care of everything. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, there have been so many situations where I think that, I cannot fix everything. Yeah, as simple as that. I know my limitations. So I cannot fix everything. Some things are beyond me. So what is beyond me, I leave it to God. So I don't know how to answer your question, whether it is spiritual or religious. Maybe it's a good combination.
A combination of both. Okay. So that's not the way rapid fire has to be going. You need to be choosing it immediately. Yeah. So hopefully the next question will be a little better. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You said you are a fan of Bollywood movies. So will you prefer to watch a comedy, or will it be a thriller, or thriller come romance?
First preference, romance. Second is comedy. Thriller is definitely a no-no. Life में बहुत thrills है. I don't want to pay money and spend my time and money to watch a thriller. Definitely not. Thriller is ruled out. But actually, I'll tell you one thing. The last movie I saw was Thanks to You.
Which one was that? Which one was that?
So what happened was you were talking about teaching, And somewhere the discussion came about Amitabh Bachchan and his Corolla, Chupke Chupke.
Ah,
And so it struck me. I said, "Yeah, I mean, it's been years since I watched Chupke Chupke. I must watch this movie." So the next 3 days I watched Chupke Chupke. I mean, half an hour, 45 minutes
चुपके
time, and then
या चुप के time
I
निकाल
mean,
के.
3 hours is 2.5 hours, 3 hours is a luxury. So
Yes.
I break up the movie and then I watched it. I said, yes, I have to thank you someday. I never thought it would be in this forum.
In this forum. No, but I think one of the classic movies which you can see as many number of times, which is there. Yeah. So I don't know whether my children have seen it, my daughters have seen it, but I can relate to it anytime because anyway, it's got all my favorite actors like Amitabh and Dharmendra and Hema Malini, sorry, Jaya Bhaduri and Sharmila Tagore who are there, part of it.
The Bengali MC.
Yeah.
Jay Bhaduri Bengali, Sharmila Tagore
Yes.
bhi there.
That's true. Yeah, we used to have, I think, at that point in time, a lot of Bengali heroines used to be there in the movies.
Yeah.
Heroes,
Actually not.
there were some, like your Vishwajit and a few were there, not very successful, but you had, or maybe if you go back earlier, your Kishore Kumar and Ashok Kumar days, you had some Bengali stars who were there. Okay. Okay, this one was pretty good. You did
Thank
well
you.
on this rapid fire.
Thanks a lot.
Yes. So you are like going great guns. So the next one, you'd prefer to read poems or stories if given a choice?
And this I have to take some time.
Okay. Go
This
ahead.
cannot be a rapid fire. This cannot be a rapid fire.
You have to
change
think
the
about it.
format.
Huh?
You call it differently. You have to call it differently now.
Okay.
See, it's like this. A couple of years back, I was teaching my daughter a poem which I had learned when I was in school.
Hmm.
So this is a Hindi poem where two lines get repeated. There are two lines which get repeated after every stanza. The lines go something like this. बुंदेले हर बोलों के मुंह हमने सुनी कहानी थी खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी.
Wow. Hmm.
So it talks about Jhansi, I mean Rani Lakshmi Bai, and how she fought for the country. Even now, if you ask me to recite it correctly, I get goosebumps. So
Who has written this poem?
My God, I didn't expect this question. I don't remember.
Okay,
I think it is Subhadra Kumari Chauhan, but I don't want to guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry. No, I should not guess.
No, you already told me that you can't remember history and you can't remember facts and all. So I think we'll let it go.
No, but I should check and get back. Okay, yeah, after the program, I'll let you know. But it's a very beautiful poem. So some poems are so powerful that you like to recite it, and it is it's an experience reciting these poems. Stories, I love reading out to my daughter. So it is like full of voice modulation and action, and I do a lot of acting and drama, and everything happens. So yes, maybe story will take a. I think the answer is stories.
Thank you. And I think there have been more stories which has been written, which gives you a lot of variety. You will not remember or recollect a lot of poems. So, Woodhouse, we might remember, or something like that, or maybe we'll talk about Rabindranath Tagore, the couple of things which are there and all. So we don't remember, but we'll remember a lot of stories of Tagore, for example. If I take my reference, so fair enough. Okay, though you are a wonderful cook, but if you had to go to this is the next question. If you had to go to a restaurant and there are only two options which are available for you to be ordering, either there is a South Indian thali or it's a North Indian thali. Which one will you choose?
Okay. Now, South Indian thali, most of the South Indian, I should say, I can cook a reasonably good number of South Indian dishes. So I will pick a North Indian thali. But I have a question for you now. You have asked me enough questions. I'm going to cross-question you. What do you mean by North Indian thali?
See, North Indian thali, the way I have come across is it will normally end up having roti. Yeah. And if there is a rice, it will be a pulao. Okay. And it will not be a white rice. Yeah. And it will have maybe a paneer sabji. Yeah, in the North Indian one. Yeah. And if there is a sabji, it might be something which is a aloo gobi kind of sabji which is there. Now, if you come to South Indian thali, most probably you will have a rice, sambar, rasam, curd rice, which will be there. Most of the time, you will not have a roti in a South Indian thing. They can give you chapati the way we understand it. Roti being a little bit fluffier one, which is there. And from a sweet perspective, it will be a payasam which will be given in a South Indian, and you might get a gulab jamun coming in the North Indian thali, which is there.
If this is the choice given, I will say thank you. I don't want either of them. I'd rather cook at home. I don't want to spend money on this. See, the thing is, even in the South Indian cuisine, there is a lot of difference between the Palakkad style of cooking and say the Tanjore dishes, and the Andhra is entirely different. So it's very different tastes and flavors which come in South India. In North Indian, I have not tasted so much. So I would like to experiment there. Of course, I like the Rajasthani, I like the Kutch food, Rajasthani food. If you tell me that you're giving me only paneer butter masala and some rajma chole and one aloo plus sabji, I'll say no, thank you. I'd rather go home and have my curd rice to satisfy my hunger. So that's why I asked the question. So if North Indian thali is only this, then no. Unless you are sponsoring, then I don't mind. I can eat anything.
Yes. If you win this rapid fire round, you will be given a choice of between choosing a South Indian thali or a North Indian thali when we go out.
Tell me where also.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, in Bangalore, there is this Rajdhani restaurant which serves very good Rajasthani.
That is wonderful because I think it's very different than any North Indian thali. So it will not be a. So similarly, if you go to up north, and I'm talking more like Mumbai as an example, you get a Gujarati thali, which is going to be very, very different than any other thing which is there. I came from this concept more. I don't know how is the scenario in Chennai. Bangalore, if you go to many of the restaurants, they will have only these two options. So either you go for a North Indian or you have South Indian, and both are equally bad. As you rightly said, you will want to come back and have some, or maybe fast that particular day, because it will be.
I did not say that. You only said it. I am not saying that.
But some of the Andhra restaurants, when you have a thali, specifically in Bangalore, those are quite nice and interesting because they will give you on a plantain leaf and you can have it. It's a very interesting, nice combination which is there. Okay, that's great. Okay. I think you have done quite well. So we'll come to the last question on this rapid fire round. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you have to be choosing, who is the favorite singer? Mohammed Rafi or Asha? Lata Mangeshkar, okay, not Asha. Mohammed Rafi and Lata Mangeshkar, between them.
I thank my stars that you say that you changed the question, because it is very difficult to choose between Rafi and Asha Bhosle, whereas it's an easier choice for me to choose between Mohammed Rafi and Lata Mangeshkar. Okay. It is Mohammed Rafi for me. I will prefer Mohammed Rafi. Okay, one is for the range of songs which I hear from Mohammed Rafi, which is like Abhi Na Jao Chhodkar to Oh Hasina Zulfon Wali. There's an entire range. And the other point is that he sings for my top two favorite actors, which is Dev Anand and Shammi Kapoor. So Lata Mangeshkar doesn't do that.
But I thought Dev Anand, a lot of songs were sung by Hemant in the initial years. Then it moved on to Kishore.
But
not too many by Rafi.
Not too many. But yeah, not too many by Rafi, but the ones by Rafi were.
Yeah.
See, अभी Rafi Kishore Kumar का चक्कर हो जाएगा फिर. And I am a Rafi fan, and I will stick to it. As simple
Okay,
as
so
that.
if you're going to be sticking to it, you have to prove that you are a Rafi fan by singing us few lines of Rafi Sawa's or your favorite song, or one of your favorite songs, to put it that.
नहीं, Rafi साहब के गाने I like listening to them.
Okay.
I like
Okay,
listening to
sing
them.
any Bollywood song
I
for
can
us.
imagine Devanand and Shammi Kapoor, and and it's different.
Yeah.
So it's that way.
Sing any Bollywood song, couple of lines for us.
Okay, let it be. Okay, I'll sing a song on Zindagi.
Wow.
But it is in a very different mood. The song is in a very different mood. It's actually, by my standards, one of the more recent songs. It's from the movie Parinita, and singer is Sunidhi Chauhan.
Oh, wow.
I listen to new songs also. Yeah, मैं वहीं पे अटकी नहीं हूँ. I've moved. I moved forward. So this song goes something like. Like, नहीं 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 ये बातें हैं पुरानी. ओ हो कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी. थामा रोका इसको किसने, हाँ ये तो बहता पानी. ओ हो कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी. पी ले इसे इसमें नशा, जिसने पिया वो गम में भी हंसा. पल में हंसाए और पल में रुलाए ये कहानी. ओ हो कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी.
Wow, wonderful. And I think your voice suited Sunidhi Chauhan to the T. Sounded like original.
Well, they are all bade log. I am just singing for my own pleasure, so please.
Yeah, but you sounded equally good to us, and I think my viewers will also agree on the same. And thanks a lot, Uma, on sharing with us your journey in life, about your different interests, about being extremely talented and being very humble about the whole thing, which is there. So wish you all the best, and we have a lot of contracts now done that there's a coffee which I'm going to have when I come over to Chennai, and I need to be treating you to some terrible thalis which will be available wherever we be.
No, I have a better option. You please take me to Corner House and treat me to Death by Chocolate ice cream.
Wow, yeah. I think ice cream I need to be treating, but I think I will not put any kind of condition that you will have to be walking and all, or cycling and going. Though I know that you love to cycle, but I don't enjoy it too much. Yeah. So we'll make it very easy. Yeah? You can manage to take Death by Chocolate. Someone will want to be little calorie conscious, because you do so much activity that I think you burn more calories than you are actually taking in. So I think which is fine. Okay. Bye. Wish you all the best. We'll be in touch. Yeah. Thanks a lot for giving us the time.
Dr. Balaji, pleasure. Namaste.
Bye.